What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Display TV. I am your host, Sarah Pribis. We've just been talking about how to make money on this app. We're going to dive into some original content really soon, then some trivia for $500 if you can answer 10 questions correctly. But because you're here early, I got a little surprise for you. Maybe not a surprise. Some of you are definitely tuning in early specifically for this. Let's do question 8. Let's put up question 8. I want to see how you do with it first, then I'm going to reveal the answer. And then you're one step closer to winning that money tonight. So this is kind of like a science question. Let's see how you do. Which of the following is most likely to be present at the site of an infected wound? Leukocytes, osteoblasts, adipocytes. Which is most likely to be present at the site of an infected wound? Fancy words. Leukocytes, osteoblasts, adipocytes. Which one? Do you know what it is? Do you know what the fancy terminology is? You know how to put a Band-Aid on an infected wound, maybe some Neosporin, but do you know all of the science-y stuff behind it? You do! How dare I doubt you? How dare I? 58% of you knew it. All right. We're smarty pants up in here. What do we have? Science major, doctors in the chat tonight? I'm always curious how everybody knows the answers to this. I don't think I would have known this if I weren't hosting this show tonight. This would have been a lucky guess for me, but 58% of you knew it. Not always the case, but we do have a smart bunch of people here. That's right. So anybody, I'm going to be real clear right now. The answer is leukocytes. When you see question 8 tonight, make sure you tap leukocytes. Otherwise, I don't know, you tuned in to this pre-show for no reason. Bravo to all my friends who got that one. And okay, we got a nurse here, Gamma Debbie. That makes sense. Bravo. All right, friends, we're getting closer to our trivia game. That means we still have some original content to show off. Original content, of course, is how you make money on this app all the time. You don't always have to wait for trivia. Just by posting, you get paid here on display. So we'll be right back with some of the original content. Hello, welcome, good evening, good morning, all the greetings. Pick the one that works for you. That's right. This is Display Trivia, and it's your chance to choose your own adventure. If you're here for a rousing game of trivia, well then, friends, you came to the right place and at just the right time, because we're about to give away not 3, definitely not 4, but $500. Yeah, that's as many hundreds as you've probably got fingers on one hand. It's as many hundreds as there are Spice Girls. That's as many hundreds as there are seconds in the rule that says, so what, your taco fell on the floor, you can still eat it. And how rude of me to get so far without introducing myself. I am your quiz queen, Sarah Pribis, and I hereby declare the commencement of this brand spanking new round of trivia. But first, some guidelines. You'll have 10 seconds each to answer 10 questions. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi and that you're holding your phone vertically so that when a new question pops up on your screen, you can pick the right one. And make sure to choose carefully, because once you tap, there's no going back. Once you win, it's not a matter of if, just a matter of when. Your winnings will show up in your display bank if you're active in the app and have a completed profile. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You ready to get what you came for? Trash Panda is, Nancy Craw is, who else is? The Good Night is, Commando 12 is, V-Treat Hoa is, Jenny Girl's ready. We love a verbal ready. Radio Girl, hello. Cass Version, Aubrey Mortal, City Saw, Biz Market Post, Retro Vibes. Okay, all right, I hear you. It's time for Display Trivia. Question 1. This popular dance track includes the lyric, Hey Macarena, the Macarena, the Hokey Pokey, the Electric Slide. This popular dance track includes the lyric, Hey Macarena, the Macarena, the Hokey Pokey, the Electric Slide. This party dance is for people who love routine. And I don't mean a dance routine, no. I mean routine as in doing the same thing over and over and over again. My type A friends, if you will. Because this dance is just 5.5 straight minutes of doing the same thing over and over and over again, just in like different directions. It's basically the Groundhog's Day of dances. But you know, practice makes perfect. Fun fact, the song is also about a woman who, let's say she loves pleasure. She's not afraid to let her hair down. She's a little less structured than the dance named in her honor, if you know what I mean. A Macarena. If you got it, you're moving on to the next one, and 94% of you did, so let's do Q2. A cardigan is a style of what type of clothing item? Sweater, pants, hat. A cardigan is a style of what type of clothing item? Sweater, pants, hat. What's funny is no one in the world had heard of this clothing item until Taylor Swift wrote a song about it. Other things that I had never heard of until T Swift immortalized them in one of her hits. Love stories. Never knew you could actually put that into a storyline. I mean, like, what an aha moment for me. Look what you made me do. Do you know what a breakthrough it was to find out I could blame other people for my actions? I mean, whew, that was like a huge weight off my chest. Blank space? Look, I thought if there was a space, it had to be filled. I mean, this woman is constantly teaching me things I never knew before. We love you, Taylor. Keep keeping it real. This cardigan, again, wow, can't believe I didn't know about this, is a type of sweater that buttons up the front. Finally, a way to get warmer without messing up my hair. 93% of you knew it from Taylor or not. Doesn't matter. Q3. This animal was the first to successfully provide a heart for a human transplant. Gorilla, dog, pig. This animal was the first to successfully provide a heart for a human transplant. Gorilla, dog, pig. Yeah, it's true. This animal's internal organs are so similar to those of humans that we can just pop out a whole organ from one of these bad boys and put them in a human. Like, kind of like when the batteries in your bedroom remote stop working, but the batteries in your living room remote still have a little juice. So then you just never buy new AA's for your bedroom and you just keep swapping them back and forth forever. Okay, it's not a perfect metaphor, but the point is, I love to find shortcuts to problems that aren't necessarily more convenient. They just add a new layer of me thinking I'm being resourceful, if that makes sense. Yes, Sarah, it makes perfect sense. I thank you, inner enabler. So this is pretty groundbreaking, but maybe not ideal for vegetarians or those keeping kosher who need new hearts because the animal is a pig. And you thought a dog was man's best friend. 89% of you knew it. Awesome. Alive till Q4. What is the name of the neighborhood where Fran Drescher's 1990 sitcom character was working before she became the nanny? Flushing, Hoboken, Bay Ridge. What's the name of the neighborhood where Fran Drescher's 1990 sitcom character was working before she became the nanny? Flushing, Hoboken, Bay Ridge. So, fun fact, this neighborhood where Fran's titular character worked is actually a real place, which honestly is such a relief. I cannot stand when creators try to make up places for movies and TV. Like, great rule of storytelling, invest, don't invent. For instance, the Muppets take Manhattan. Am I really expected to believe that that's a real place? No one is gonna buy a name like Manhattan. And Sleepless in Seattle? I mean, like, you don't have to come up with these fake places that will think you're more creative. Oh, those are real places? Oh, okay, well, that's your opinion. The neighborhood where Fran Fine was working before she became the nanny was Flushing, Queens. I know it's named after a toilet, but you know, it is a very real place. 71% of you got it. Woot woot. Question 5. The radio station known for shows like All Things Considered and This American Life was founded in what year? 1969, 1970, 1971. The radio station known for shows like All Things Considered and This American Life was founded in what year? 1969, 1970, 1971. That's right. This radio station seems like one of those things that's been around forever, but it's actually only just celebrating its 42nd birthday. It's just now hitting middle age. And if you're an optimist, that means you've still got the whole second half of your life ahead of you. I mean, wow. And sure, the hangovers are starting to hurt more than they used to, but you could still hang. And maybe you have a mortgage now, but that doesn't mean you don't still kick it with the homies. What I'm saying is, this radio station still has many wonderful years ahead of it. Plus, where would we be without their almost monthly pledge drives and canvas tote bags? I shudder to think of it. But the radio station here is National Public Radio, or NPR, and it was founded in 1970. Ooh, slightly savage. 61% of you got it. We're halfway there. Question 6. The first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has had which of the following hit singles? Walkin' After Midnight, Be My Baby, I Say a Little Prayer. The first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has had which of the following hit singles? Walkin' After Midnight, Be My Baby, I Say a Little Prayer. So I have a question. Yeah. I've never been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I must ask, is it really just one long hall? And if so, I have another question. Where does the hall lead to? Like, you can't have a hall that doesn't lead anywhere. It's no hall at all. Hall implies that it ends in another room. A hall is the connective tissue of the home. It's not standalone. It's like saying, I'll have the medium Diet Coke, please, but there's no small. The point is, I'd really love to visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one day. The first female artist inducted is legendary vocalist Aretha Franklin, and I'm saying little prayers that all of you got that one right, did you? 74%. It's good enough for me. Question 7. This popular toy released in 1964 was known as the first action figure, Batman G.I. Joe Action Man. This popular toy released in 1964 was known as the first action figure, Batman G.I. Joe Action Man. Can you believe it? Before marketing companies came up with the ingenious name action figure in the 60s, little girls and little boys, they both just played with dun 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 dolls. Do you think they played with all the following non-gender specific toys as well, including but not limited to bicycles, balls, tops, and trains? Like, what if a boy played with a pink set of jacks? What would happen then? Oh no! I am coming to the stark realization that dolls and action figures are the same. Well, who knew? And the first toy to be marketed as an action figure and not a doll was government-issued Joe, aka G.I. Joe. 86% of you really springing into action here. Question 8. Which of the following is most likely to be present at the site of an infected wound? Leukocytes, osteoblasts, adipocyte. Which of the following is most likely to be present at the site of an infected wound? Leukocytes, osteoblasts, adipocyte. Infected wounds are basically the crime scenes of the body. Everybody rushes there like, what happened? What happened? They call on the big guns to clean it up and solve the case so they can lay it to rest. And if this sounds like the plot to Osmosis Jones, that's exactly it, because this is the plot to Osmosis Jones. I have made almost no changes. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a perfect movie. An animated Chris Rock and a live action Bill Murray? Like, need I say more? Osteoblasts are bone cells and adipocytes are fat cells, but the white blood cells that show up to clean up and heal the nastiest of infections, those are leukocytes. 90% of you got it. Maybe you tuned into the pre-show. We always give away a free answer there. Question 9. The Amazonian fruit that has risen in popularity in recent years for its use in bowls comes from what type of plant? Succulent, palm, conifer. The Amazonian fruit that has risen in popularity in recent years for its use in bowls comes from what type of plant? Succulent, palm, conifer. This fruit is definitely the French bulldog of fruits. That is to say, it's incredibly popular. And you know, if you see one, you are in an expensive neighborhood. These bowls come in and your rent is going to skyrocket, which is a shame. Because if you use all the right fixins, they can be pretty darn good. And you kind of need the fixins, like the fruit and the granola and shredded coconut on top. Because without it, well, then this bowl is just a smoothie that you eat with a spoon. And smoothies, I'm pretty sure that's just a door or two down from beverages, which last time I checked, are not full meals. The berry is the acai, and it is harvested from a palm native to the rainforests of South America. 84% of you knew it. And it's time for the final question. Question 10. The most common first name in the history of American presidents is originally derived from what definition? Supplanter, farmer, protector. The most common first name in the history of American presidents is originally derived from what definition? Supplanter, farmer, protector. I'm so glad we use the ancient translations of these names, like the Latin or the Greek, instead of just calling someone something like farmer or protector. You know, it's just a tad on the nose, you know? Also, I think it kind of pigeonholes people. Like, what if farmer wants to be an accountant? Then what? Confusion, that's what. The important thing to note here, though, is that none of these names mean president. I actually don't know of any names that mean president. So by my logic, anyone can be president. I mean, you do have to be born in the US and be 35 years old, but that rule was made when 35 was over the hill. A 35-year-old now? I mean, like, most of them don't even have headboards. Protector is the meaning of the name William, or the shortened version Bill, of which there have been 4 US presidents. Farmer is the meaning behind the name George, of which there have been 3. But the most common name in US presidential history is James, which comes from the Hebrew for supplanter, or one who follows. 70% on that final question. So how did you do? Let me know in the chat. You came, you slayed, you displayed your knowledge, you showed up, and you were on your way to getting paid. Just like you're on your way to a gorgeous weekend. Oh, real quick, we do have to make a detour at Friday, which personally I love. So definitely don't forget to come back tomorrow, same time, same place. If you show up 30 minutes early, you know I always give away a free question for the night's game. All right, Dr. Sarcasm, that's a great username. I love it. 6 out of 10. Act 77, if you just joined the stream, you're a little late for trivia, but come back. Radio Girl, first time today. Welcome. Welcome to trivia. If you come early on the weekdays, if you come 30 minutes early, I give away one of the trivia answers, so it helps you out a little bit. Oh no, Shard 15 came a little late too. AK Around the World got a 7. Guys, show up early, get that free answer. Get some tips on how to make money here on this app. Okay, Realtus, like Pokemon, I got them all. Shandy 00 1, Bubble Bass 1, Mamacito 1, a lot of winners. I love it. Bite Me. Awesome. 8. Caleb Gross 7. Dr. Ruz 3. Oh yeah, Capper 7. You forgot Aretha covered Dionne Warwick. Yes. Aubrey, you finally won again. I'm so happy. I'm rooting for all of you. You know that. I'm your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader. That's what I'm here for. All right, friends, I got more money for tomorrow, more questions, free answers. Tune in at 7:30. If you must, you can come at 8, but I'll see you tomorrow on display.